I can do what I want to do, and the consequences are minimal.
Minimal.
Okay, go ahead.
So, went to jail for that, and it's crazy because when I got there, a lot of them were like, they lock you up for that, they lock you up for that, and I'm like, yeah. But it was just something to show me what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
Something to show me that this is where you're going to be at if you continue to do the things that you're doing. But I didn't see that. So what I did was got out, like whatever, do what I want to do. So I'm out there in the streets, carrying guns, things like that. My second time getting locked up, I was coming home, I was coming out of the house. Good day, beautiful day, just nothing wrong.
Okay.
Again, like there's nothing wrong. There was nobody out in the street like that.
Okay.
But I just came out, then I seen a couple homeboys. We talking, chopped it up. And then I seen one homeboy, he was going to a studio. And I told him I was gonna go with him. So as we walking down there, I had two guns. One of the guns, smaller than the others. So I gave it to one of my other friends. It was four of us.
Okay.
So as we go through the cut where we was going, that's where a lot of drugs being sold at.
Okay.
Me not knowing on the other street was a drug bust.
Oh, wow.
So as we was going through the cut, police whipped up on us. There's four of us. I got a big 4.5 on my side, so It's like nowhere I can throw it or hide it or anything like that. And the police stopped us and asked us for IDs, but none of us had IDs.
Okay.
So another police came up and started searching us and found the gun, and that's when I caught my second charge. So I got locked up, got out on PR bond, which is something that they let the inmates out without paying no money.
Oh, wow.
Then got back out there on the streets, but it wasn't enough for me. So I ended up going back to the neighborhood, chill with the homies. Then another day came where someone came with a vehicle. He said it was his girl vehicle.
Uh-huh.
By me believing that, I asked him to let me drive the vehicle. So I'm driving the vehicle to try to do a good deed at that, to go try to see about an application.
Wow. Wow.
So went there, checked on my application. They told me they were gonna call me.
Okay.
Left there. Instead of me getting out the car, I wanted to joyride.
Okay.
So I joyride, ended up getting in. A police ended up stopping me. We're 4 deep in the car.
Okay.
Got liquor, open containers, weed, a lot of drugs, just things in the car. So in my mind, I'm like, I just got locked up for a pistol. I don't want to go back to jail.
Okay.
So I decide to run.
Wow.
So there go the high-speed chase. Still end up getting caught.
How long were you evading the police? Like, how long did the chase last?
The chase lasts about 5 minutes in the car, and then like a good 30 minutes on feet.
Wow.
Because once we jumped out the car, it was me and another individual that was with me, and we ran for as long as we could.
Okay.
But so many police surrounded the area, we ended up getting caught anyway. And when I went to jail for that, luckily the police, well, no, I stayed in for about a month. But yeah, about a month, I stayed in there. And my mama did everything that she could to get me out of jail.
Okay.
So as I sat in there, I talked to a lot of people. I read books, I learned some things. A lot of old heads gave me some advice on me, what I should do when I get out.
Okay.
I got out of jail finally, and I told myself I was gonna chill. I wasn't gonna get into nothing else. I'm chilling. because it's like I ain't trying to go and do no bid or nothing like that, because one day in the jail feel like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And I felt like I was missing out on things. So I chilled for a little while, ended up getting locked up again on New Year's, just doing foolishness, drinking, things like that. Saturday on New Year's. And I told myself I was never coming back in.
Okay.
Weeks later, find out that one of my friends from way back that allowed me to stay at his house, him and his mom's house, when we had nowhere else to stay, ended up getting killed.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, found out you had. Was this after you got locked up? You said.
This is after I got locked up.
Okay.
I found out that one of my friends got killed.
Okay.
And it really hit me hard, because I was like, dang, that's somebody I really knew. That I was very cool with, and it never happened to me like that. For somebody that's close to me to pass away. And then dealing with my mom's and her situation, as far as her health-wise, I just knew it was something that I had to change.
Okay.
And then one moment in my life where every day I stepped foot out my doorstep, it felt like I was going to get killed. It felt like something was going to happen to where I had died.
Okay.
And I've been feeling like that for 2 weeks strong, just every day, feeling like I'm going to die, And it's a feeling like no other, because you don't know what to do.
Okay.
You know, even if, and it wasn't like I had people out there that wanted to kill me. It just been something in me that was telling me that the road that I'm taking gonna lead me to destruction. If I kept doing the same thing over and over, kept fooling with the people that I was messing with, that wasn't getting me nowhere in life. So I went to school one morning, and I just been like, man, I gotta stop. I gotta change some things up.
Okay.
So that's when I got with one of my teachers, and we sat down and figured out what I was gonna do with myself. And as I got out of school and tried to find out what I wanted to do, and then trying to go for what I wanted, in order for me to be successful in what I had wanted to do, I had to change my whole life around. I had to make a transition from being this hood person to being more professional. And it was hard for me because I was never used to that.
Okay.
So as I got into a barbershop, I did an apprenticeship. I worked under a barber, and the more I been in a barbershop, the more it showed me the values and morals of a man, you know, and showed me what a man should do. Bring his son to a barbershop and get their haircut and be respectful of others and not be ignorant all the time. Make money, but in order for you to make the good money, you have to be professional.
Okay.
So a lot of that helped me to become the man I am today, and just using my common sense.
Okay. What was your turning point to where you said, absolutely no more? I know you said losing your friend, but how was that moment, or any other moments in your life, how did they help you decide, I can't live this lifestyle? Even though I can get easy money and the things that I may want out of life from the negativity of it, what was the one defining moment where when you look back over it, that one thing makes you never want to return to that lifestyle again?
It was just me paying attention. For me looking outside in, me paying attention to what was going on in my surroundings.
Okay.
It was, I'm in the barbershop all the time, so I'm working. And then when I step out of the barbershop, I'm seeing everything that's not in the barbershop. So it's like I'm seeing this person go to jail. I'm seeing this person getting killed. I'm seeing these dudes getting jumped, or just looking at my surroundings and seeing everything that I don't want for my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, in order for me to be successful as a barber, I can't sit around and give this image that I'm a person of negativity.
Okay.
It got to be straight positive. I can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. A lot of brothers, they want to get out the streets. They don't want that lifestyle, but then they want the reputation. They want people to look at them a certain way because they want people to fear them, but it's not worth it. So I told myself, I don't want 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because being 1 foot in and 1 foot out get you killed.
Okay.
You either gonna be in it or you not. And I decided I didn't want that, because that don't lead nowhere but to jail or dead. And I knew I had a responsibility for myself, not just for anybody else, but just for myself to become successful. And I know that my mom needed me to be out here doing what I need to do to give her less stress.
Okay.
And just seeing that, you know, and I talked to a lot of brothers and let them know, like, this ain't the way you need to go about things, you know. I can understand this, I can understand that, but it's a better way. And try to lead as an example, because I done been there where I had nothing. You know, I done came up off $10, just off $10 just to buy my first pair of clippers.
Wow.
And clippers, my first trimmers, those are $60. For my master fades, the thing that you cut any hair with was $100. I only had $10.
Wow.
So I had to figure out a way to get what I needed without selling no drugs. And I did that. And anybody else can do that.
So, raises an interesting question. We asked Roberto, have you forgiven yourself?
Yes, I have.
Was that a hard process for you to do?
It was, because I'm so used to doing this one way. I had to make that transition. So in order for me to forgive myself, I had to change things about myself and be who I am.
Who are you?
I became who I am, then I could forgive myself.
Very wise words. Very, very wise words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tierra Pritchett. This is
Roberto Palmer,
Master Barber, Drum Extraordinaire, my barber, and sharing his moment, sharing his truth moment with you all out there. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time, for coming out here. No problem. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Roberto Palmer. Thank you so very much for joining me in this episode of Truth Moment. And this one is not like our traditional Truth Moment episodes. This is more of a special. I brought Mr. Palmer on because, like I discussed in the intro, we need to learn to forgive ourselves for our truths, for things that we're not even ready to be truthful with ourselves about. Once we are at a place where we can forgive ourselves for them, we can move past them. We can start on our journey of redemption, just like my friend Mr. Palmer, and we can move towards the things in our life that really matter, which is finding ourselves and finding why we're placed here on this earth. What is it that we're supposed to do to give back our good? Mr. Palmer now, I can speak from experience, when he sees young men coming into the barbershop and they speak with their head down and they don't greet and they don't shake hands to introduce themselves, he corrects them on it. See, here's someone who wasn't given a blueprint for how to do it, but he learned through life's lessons, and hopefully this episode will help you all so that you won't have to go through some of the things that he did, but that you can get on your path to redemption as well. I'm Tierra Pritchett. That's my truth moment. What's yours?